Hello, it's Dr. Brent, and I am uh, making this vid to go over the directions for week 2 sensuality, the body, touch, and feel of sexuality assignments. There are fewer in week 2 than there were in week 1, but you will kind of be able to start doing some real good critical thinking. So basically, read through this very brief guided imagery and, of course, explore the objectives, readings, and media that are listed here. A number of the videos that are in this particular folder are required for this week's assignments. So we'll start with week 2 discussion, the quest for the perfect body. All right, as you can see, sensuality is about the body, touch, and feel of sexuality, and one of those obviously has to do with body image and how we understand what is and isn't normal, quote unquote, in our culture and society. By the way, when I use terms like culture and society, I use them very loosely, recognizing the great breadth of cultural subtleties and nuances and messages that exist to shape our understanding, especially of sexuality. So I want you to watch these 2 videos. They're relatively short, and just do some reflecting on the kind of messages that they present to people who watch them. For this discussion, I do want you to consider the notion of body image beyond just body size and type. That includes things like how people feel about their genitalia, how people feel about ability, and things of that nature. So I want you to move beyond just understanding body image as how people feel about whether or not they're too heavy or too thin or too tall or too short, but specifically in this context around sexuality. And then I want you to consider how that understanding of body image affects human sexuality as a whole, and identify and describe 2 specific cultural messages about body image that impact our sexual selves in relation to one of these 4 topics: genitalia, physical ability, body size, or body type. And then kind of just follow up with one classmate and reflect on ways that you think social workers can address these cultural messages. Please note that they don't have to be negative or toxic cultural messages. They can be strengths-based messages. I will say, though, that the overwhelming majority of messages about bodies often end up contributing to a feeling of toxicity for folks with regard to their body image. Second assignment. Skin hunger, a case of pickles. In this discussion, I want you to go to the objectives, readings, and media page, and watch the skin hunger video that is presented there. It's a video basically of me doing a PowerPoint to present the notion of skin hunger as it falls under the concept of the circle of sensuality. And create 3 headings to organize your post and answer these questions. What do you think causes someone to be a pickle tub or a pickle jar? You won't really understand that until you actually look at the video. And then how does culture impact our sense of skin hunger? And what role, if any, does attachment or attachment theory play in this experience? If someone is more avoidant attached or anxiously attached or securely attached, is that going to have an impact on how they experience skin hunger? And then answer one of the following questions. What are the implications of skin hunger for intimate romantic relationships, for children in healthy development, or for older adults and healthy aging? And select the ones that you're really interested in exploring here, and kind of flesh that out. Again, response prompt, follow up with at least one classmate, and reflect on what role a social worker should play in relation to skin hunger. Assignment 3 is a mini assignment about body imaging. You catch a theme here. I want you to read through this information and explore these websites and take a look at them. See what they say? What do they posit? What examples do they give? Are there resources there? And just do some surfing for these 4 websites. Something Fishy, the National Association to Advance Fat Acceptance, WebMD's page looking at pro-anorexia websites, also known as pro-ana sites, and the Huffington Post's Body Positivity. And then do a kind of answer these questions using these headings. Answer both of the following society-related questions. Here, what messages do we as a society receive about our bodies? What is the impact of these messages? Answer one of these ones that address a bit of diversity around gender and ability. And then answer 2 of some of the following personal questions. If your body was your child and you the parent, what messages would it receive? Or in what ways do you think your body image might be different if you receive more body positive messages about your body growing up? If you could change one thing about your body, what would it be and why? And then can you describe the most influential positive socialization force on your body image? In other words, what impacted your body image the most? Could it have been a family member, people with whom you've had relationship, the media, social media, et cetera, et cetera. And as you can see here, this is a mini assignment, so there's no responding to other people's. It's not a discussion. And lastly, for this week, a series of touchy cases. And that is just a series of different cases that kind of present you with 4 different scenarios and asking whether or not you would consider that touch appropriate, why or why not. And this is all given a case scenario that assuming that you're the social worker working with that particular client. And then, so answer those questions. And then describe how the following factors may have played into some of your answers. Age, presenting problem, gender, attraction, et cetera, et cetera. And yes, that includes not only recognizing the potential for erotic transference, but also erotic countertransference. And that is whether or not a client is attracted to you, or in fact, if you are attracted to a client. Yes, social workers are human too, and have an attraction template about people to whom they are attracted. The real important component is acknowledging and exploring that in supervision in order to be able to avoid any kind of potential errors in judgment, or maybe noticing that if you are attracted to a client, spending a little bit more time or not maintaining boundaries with that client, et cetera, et cetera. So reflect on those. And again, this is an assignment, not a discussion, so just publish it accordingly. All right, folks, that's it for this week. I will be grading your work from week 1 shortly. I've actually been out of town at a conference for undergraduate social work this week, but I will get to your stuff. Any questions or anything of that nature, just let me know. I do know a number of you had said that you struggled with the Mark and Curtis case example because of technology issues. I will take a look at those and let you know if there's any problems. All right, thanks much. We're getting another nor'easter here tomorrow, so if you're anywhere in the Northeast United States, stay safe. All right, take good care.